This is the reality of most people, and you need to understand this. You need to understand this before it's too late. So trust me. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. You see, as babies, when we're brought into this dunya, we're blessed by our parents, and our parents are the ones that raise us. Our parents clean our diapers and look after us and play with us. But even when we start getting some sort of an understanding from our parents, in actual truth, it's our parents' understanding that we have. So when we're growing up, it's our parents that teach us how we should be. So after a few years, when our parents discipline us and raise us to who we are, we get to a stage where our parents say, oh, listen, it's time for you to go to school. As it was the case for myself and as it might be for you, we go to school. And that's where our parents tell us that we will achieve real success by going to school and getting the best grades possible, achieving as much as we possibly can in school, reading as many books as we can, even if we don't understand them. But that is exactly what our parents tell us success will be achieved. And so we continue through that whole circle of school, college, and then university. And let's be honest, if you make it to university, you are a smart child. Apparently so, though I don't believe that. Now, our parents and maybe your parents believe that university was that pinnacle of success. And once you had gone through the whole university route, you then graduate. And you graduate with a 2-1 or a 1, which obviously is the now you're going to be successful. So we be there on ceremony day. We are so proud that we have achieved all this education, and we think at that point now we're ready for the outside world. So in due time we get our first job, and our first job is that moment where we think to ourselves, we have finally achieved what we thought we were going to achieve. Since 12, 13, our parents told us, you will not get a good job until you go to university, generically speaking. So we get our first job. We then start working, and so we're in this cycle of working, paying the bills, saving money, trying to achieve something for ourselves. But with time you understand that slowly you start chasing next promotions, next progression. Okay, how can I have more money? We start working even harder because maybe at that point you have a family. At that point you need to work longer. You need to work harder because you need more money. I promise you one thing, my brothers and sisters, time flies. Time goes so super quickly that you won't even realize. Like a whole year will go by and you'll think to yourself, subhanallah, where did the time go? I mean, I know a month will go by now and I'm so surprised. How has a month gone? And so time flies, and before you know it, you're chasing the money. You just want more and more money because you need to pay the bills and look after your family. But you do. You achieve wealth. You achieve money at one point in your life. Generically speaking, that might be at 50 or 60 years old. You get that 100,000, 110, 120,000 pound, and you think, I have now achieved wealth. But have you? Because a lot of the times you will continue to work until you're 65, 70 years old. I mean, the retirement age now is like 65 and even longer. But sitting there on the sofa at that point, you will think to yourself, has this all been worth it? Many times at that age, when you've spent 40 years, 45 years of your life in a job, in a career, you will think to yourself, has it all been worth it? And that's when you will remember the most valuable times of your life were probably not when you were working a job or in your career. Rather, they were spent with your family. Rather, they were spent with your children. Rather, they were spent on holidays, creating memories, not when you were working a job. But that's where 80% of your time would have been spent. But as we know as Muslims, our life is short and we will go. And if we haven't gone by then, and if we didn't go before this whole journey, we will go. And so when we've gone then, it's too late. The doors have shut. But Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he told us that only 3 things can benefit us when we have gone. The question is, would you have focused on those 3 things, or would you have focused on your job, your career, paying the bills, making money? Would you have focused on charity, ongoing charity, when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam tells us that that's one thing that will benefit you when you have gone? Rasulullah tells us that your children will benefit you. And so have you taught them the Quran? Have you taught them the Quran and the Sunnah? Have you brought them up as Muslims, or were you too busy working your job? Have you, the third thing, have you given Islamic knowledge out that people act upon? Because if you haven't, these are the 3 things that will benefit when you have gone. Has your focus been completely wrong? Because in this dunya, we were only brought to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so though I speak to you guys about making money and earning wealth and achieving great things, it's only to have more free time. Focus on yourself. Give time to your family. Give time to your children. Raise them as Muslims. It's not so you can drive nice cars and have nice houses. That's great. but give back to the Muslims, spend time with your family, and give back to the Muslims as a general. Because that's what will benefit you. I have visioned out the life that most people go through, and I don't want you guys to go through that. I hope you guys benefited. Barakallahu fi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.